Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Saturday morning and it's shaping up to be a nice one. It's warm, it's not even 8 o'clock yet and it's warm. So today on this channel we got a Summer Wells video. Now, there hasn't been a Summer Wells video on this channel for quite a minute. But that doesn't mean to say I've not been covering Summer's case. If you are a subscriber to my other channel, Michelle Walks, you will know that I've been covering Summer over there. If you're not a subscriber and you're into the Summer Wells case, then get on over there and see what you've missed. Because, for example, I reported Don Schaefer Jr., my number 2 suspect in the case, had been jailed. Finally, after many months of continuances, he'd been jailed for his child P charges. A day later, I reported that he got 6 years because one lovely person in my Facebook group rang up Sullivan County. But it took WJHL, it took them a whole week to report on the story. I was on it. So yeah, you have missed some stuff. So head on over there. But today, I want to ask a question. Will the Wells get the boys back? Simple question. Like, family courts in the UK are very secretive. You know, like trying to find any information at all comes out from family court is quite a feat. And yeah, rightly. But in Tennessee, what's it like normally? Is family court like secret? Because with the Wells case, there's a gag order on the boys. So the media can't report, and Don and Candice can't talk about it. So the amount of information that we've got is zero. Zero. But there is word on the YouTube streets, right? There was word on the YouTube streets, a month or so ago, that Candice didn't want the boys back. I reported on it as a rumour. Couldn't confirm it in any way. Don't even know where the rumour started. But that's what was being said. That she'd been to court and she did not want the boys back. So she'd signed them over. That could have happened. But has it though? We don't know. Candice has disappeared. She's not disappeared. She's in Tennessee, but she's gone off YouTube. Don's got another 2 months. He's out on the 30th of October. So it's another 2 months before YouTube is once again graced with Don's presence. So we've got a big lack of information. So a lack of information breeds speculation. That's a good motto, that. Lack of information breeds speculation. And it absolutely does. So, was it true that Candice didn't want the boys back? It's been said for quite a while that the boys don't want to go back. And again, how does anybody know? Who said that? Could understand it if the boys didn't want to go back. If they're having, a good time. If they're being treated to, nice warm beds and no drunken shouting and slanging matches. That for once in their life, they're used to nice, calm environment. Could understand it if they didn't want to go back. But, having said that, kids that are taken away from their home, even if that home is worse than their foster home, do want to go back because they love the parents. Will the boys be given a say in what happens to them? They'll be asked, yeah. Whether they'll get the final say, I don't know. So will the Wells get the boys back? Assuming that the rumour circulated a few weeks ago that Candice didn't want the boys back, and also assuming that the boys want to go back, will the Wells get them back? Well, there's no reason why the hell not. There's no reason why a court wouldn't send them back. Because they weren't taken because of Summer's case directly. They weren't taken because it was assumed that the place was dangerous for them because their sister had gone missing. It was Candice that rang them because Don had been off on a bender. And what she didn't bank on was that they gave her a drug test as well as Don. And they both failed, so they were taken. But there was never any finality to it. It was always that there was a set of conditions that they got to follow, and if they, followed these conditions and passed them, then the boys could go back. Tilly, come here. There's a person up there. So they had to sort out the house, make it fit for function. And they had people there doing work on the house. Presumably that house is a lot better now than it was. But then Don went to jail. So that put a bit of a spanner in the works. Tilly, come here. Go. Candice went off the rails a little bit. Tried to start a YouTube career. But has she gone off grid because she's getting clean? Is Don sober now? And once he comes out of jail, he'll, resume his life. Will they both stay clean? If they can both pass drug tests and they've done what they need to do in the house, there is no reason whatsoever why those boys can't go back. No reason at all. Now, what will the boys have said? The boys will have been interviewed extensively by forensic psychologists. Those boys have been gone from Don and Candice's care for 13 months now. And, what have they said? We don't know. But there doesn't seem to be a criminal investigation ongoing against Don or Candice. I'm sure they've been looked at. In fact, I know they've been looked at very, very closely in relation to Summer's disappearance. But as what the boys have said, has that corroborated Candice's story? Maybe. We don't know. So if there's no evidence that Candice, Don or Grandma, who's also left by the way, had anything to do with Summer's disappearance, and there's no criminal charges going to be filed against them for Summer, again, there is absolutely no reason why the Wells can't get the boys back, why they won't be granted custody of the sons. Would that be a mistake? Maybe. Courts make mistakes all the time. Look at Harmony Montgomery. The difference, though, is Harmony was a little tiny girl when Adam Montgomery, her biological father, was granted custody of her. The Wells boys are older. They're able to speak for themselves. The eldest is nearly 14. They are able to speak for themselves. It doesn't mean to say that courts don't make mistakes with teenagers. But there is a difference there, I think. So while we're thinking about the case and Don and Candice not being subjected to criminal charges for Summer's disappearance, it begs a more general question: what is the progress with Summer's case? Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, says everyone's still a suspect, everyone's still a person of interest. It's not like Hawkins County are terribly cooperative with the public. So unlikely that we're going to get updates anytime soon. Unlikely we're going to hear who they've cleared, when they clear them. They could have cleared everybody that we've got our eyes on. and we wouldn't know. They could have done a thorough investigation against the Wells and find absolutely no evidence against them. They could have looked into Jodie Sue and family and found no evidence against them. They could have looked into Don Sherfy Jr. eventually, and found no evidence against him. And any of the other people that have been named as suspects on social media and found no evidence against them. But yet, where is Summer? Could it really be a simple case that she wandered away and got lost, and that law enforcement's first theory is correct, and she's actually really close by and she's just been missed? I made a video a few days ago saying how demoralising it was that law enforcement and the search and rescue people didn't find Kylie Rodney in Prosser Reservoir because they didn't have the expertise or the equipment to find her, even though she was only 14 feet under and close to the shore. And Adventures with Purpose found her in 35 minutes. And I said, what does this mean for Summer's case? What does it mean? Could it mean that in that difficult terrain, the helicopters have missed her, drones missed her, the ground searchers missed her, the dogs weren't able to get in areas that are really highly, densely packed with brush? So they missed her. It's possible, you know. Is it probable? Up to a few days ago, I'd have said, no, it's not probable. But when Leslie Earhart from the TBI on the 15th of June said, you know, the 1 year mark, said we've done 3 large-scale searches. No, they haven't. They did not. They did 1 large-scale search, first 13 or so days, and then they tapered it off. Came back in November, did a couple of days, mainly drone work and just, you know, some dog work. And then they came back for a day at the end of February. It's not large scale. Went over the same areas in November and in February. They were very targeted in February, very specific areas, but still in the same geographical region. Was that because the footprints were there? Yeah, probably. But is that all they've got? Is that really all they've got? After 14 and a half months, is that really all they've got? Gotta wonder. You've gotta wonder that if someone is criminally responsible, is law enforcement hot on the tail and is just about to close the deal, just about to gather enough probable cause to make an arrest or arrests? Maybe. But I wouldn't hold your breath. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't hold your breath. Is Summer's case going to become a cold case? Maybe. Because social media has got to move on at some point. You know, people are sick of the rehashing of Summer Wells content. There's stalwarts who are still wanting Summer Wells content, but I don't know. It's more difficult for me to make daily content about Summer than it's ever been without rehashing everything all over again. And there's so many other cases out there. Like, I've been incredibly busy this week because just about every case I'm covering has had some kind of update. You know, I've covered Kylie's case, Olivia's case in my country, just 28 miles in that direction. The murder of Olivia Pratt-Cobell. Jalissa. I think Adventures with Purpose have cleared Pine Flats Lake by the looks of things. So she's not in the water, or at least not in Avocado Lake or Pine Flats Lake. So where's Jalissa? No updates on Cody or Lena, 2 cases that I'm also covering, but yeah, so many other cases out there that deserve the same coverage that Summer's had for all this time. But will her case become cold? Law enforcement don't want tips from social media, so who's going to give them tips? Who's actually had the interest in Summer? Social media. Yeah, WJHL have followed the case, but they only make an update when law enforcement makes an update, so there's that. There's that. So is Summer going to be one of the lost who stays lost? More so than ever, I think so. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day here. Where's our dog's gone? There they are. This is goodbye from Miss Tillington and Miss Cassie Springer. Bye, guys.